Sisters Podcast. I'm Alyssa. I'm Lauren. And this is episode 3.
Oh, it's episode 21.
I thought we were like coming back. Why did I think it was episode 3?
This is the third episode we've ever done, guys.
I thought we were like on season 3 or something because we took such a long break.
We were here last week.
No, before. Oh, last week.
Oh, yeah, last week.
Oh, this is going really well.
What
This is going great. Lauren, stop.
I'm sorry. What did you think? What did you?
Trent, you want to go play pool?
Okay.
We have guests.
Wait,
Guys,
it's episode what?
It's episode 21.
Okay.
Where did you get 3?
I don't know.
You were so confident in that too. You were like,
Okay, I literally told you before the podcast started that I have to pee, so. Whew.
you're like, this is episode 3. All excited. I don't know. Should we start over?
No.
Okay. Oh my god, that was so funny. I don't know why.
I don't think the guys thought it was funny.
No, they're like
So-
over it already.
For those of y'all just listening, we have guests
Oh
on the
my
podcast
God.
today
That was
on
so
the
funny.
21st podcast.
Whew.
So if you guys want to introduce yourselves again.
Who are you? Actually, David, you go first because you're never on the podcast.
Okay, I will go first. My name is David, and I'm married to Alyssa. And if you listen to episode 3, you would already know that because we were on the 3rd episode.
Were you?
No,
Were we really?
Y'all were on
That whole
episode
story up.
It's like 17 or something, right?
episode
Yeah.
17. And y'all know Trent already.
Yeah. Producer Trent, you know.
Dude, you gave yourself a nickname.
the
No,
back-
we call him
the
Producer Trent.
the backbone of this podcast.
That's very true.
The backbone of Messy Bun Sisters, that's for
If
sure.
it was not for Producer Trent,
Who knows if we would be doing this still.
we would just be doing it on Instagram.
What about you doing podcast?
What about it?
Are you the backbone of them too? Actually, yeah, you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Abe said differently.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyway, so we
Drama.
have our husbands on the podcast. They were our guest in season 1 before, but we're going to talk about different things this time. So we're excited to have them on. Alyssa and I are also wearing our Refuge
Church merch.
Church merch because they are raising $50,000.
They have raised.
They have raised $50,000 to renovate their church, and we just want to support them because they're our friends. Here we go. RefugeChurch.life. Anyway, sup, Alyssa? What a way to start
I know.
the beginning of everything.
Of
Anyways.
everything?
Yep.
Okay, the reason we have the guys on the podcast this week is because this week that the podcast comes out is going to be Valentine's Day week.
It's going to come out after Valentine's Day. and
After?
we're recording before Valentine's Day.
No.
Valentine's Day is on Friday. This
No.
podcast comes out on Monday.
Valentine's Day is on Friday next week.
Yes, this is coming out before Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Which is
I knew something.
why
you
we're
didn't know.
here.
Wait, is today the 3rd? Is that why
Is
you
that
said?
why I said
no,
that?
it's the 4th. Yeah. It's
Okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about love.
Yeah, because it's Valentine's week.
And obviously we love our husbands.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to do the
Y'all do it with us. 1, 2, ready, go. Review of the week. Good job, David.
How
Trent
did you
knows.
not know we were about to do that?
I don't. You guys have.
You're not the
3
backbone of Messy
I'm
Bun
not the
Sisters
backbone.
podcast. Okay, so for this review,
Where's it coming from? Instagram?
it's
What?
Instagram.
Trent's literally producing in the middle of this.
It's more like a comment of the week. So if you want to be featured, you can comment on Instagram. You can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
You can leave us a comment on what is it? YouTube.
Wherever you want.
Yeah, literally wherever you want, because we love to read them. And
You can leave them on Instagram fam. If you want to be part of Review of the Week, just leave us a
hit
comment.
that like button. Smash those 5 stars.
With the notification.
Subscribe.
thing. We're really bad at this. It's cool.
Okay, so this one comes from who_killed93.
It's Dan Hugel.
Okay, it says
Shout out, Dan.
well,
He was on y'all's podcast last time. Y'all mentioned him. Now we're mentioning him.
so you're welcome, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out that y'all letting break the rules because. Okay, I need to read this regularly. I just want to point out that Dan Hugel has bad grammar.
Wow.
It's fine. He said, I just want to point out that y'all are letting him break the rules because it says he's supposed to go the other direction with mad faces.
And you can play that on YouTube, but we're
It's
just going to
so
listen to it.
Cute.
Hold on. Oh.
Liam was having so much fun.
So for those of you listening, Liam is like, we're at this play place and he's holding on to like this circular thing and there's like a pole and we think that you're supposed to sit down on it, but he was standing up and he was just slowly going in a circle and he was going the wrong way, and that's what Dan Hugel
and
said.
he's like you can't tell if he's having fun.
He's like,
or
okay, bye Instagram.
bye. So that's our review for this week. Like I said, if you want to be featured, just drop some reviews wherever you'd like.
Oh man. Next. Ooh-wee. Come on, David. That's news to me. That's news to me. Hit it. Ooh-wee. That's news to me. That's news to me. Hey. All right.
David obviously doesn't listen to our podcast.
I know.
How rude.
How rude,
I
David.
do listen to your podcast.
When? Give us a review right now. Live review.
Live review. It's great.
And
I love my wife very much.
And
shout out producer Trent.
I accept.
okay. So, this news story of the week comes from CNBC, and the title is Researchers Say the Coronavirus May Be More Contagious Than Current Data Shows.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is why I need a soundboard. So I want to play that. Basically says the infectious disease specialists and scientists say that the new coronavirus that's shuttering companies across mainland China may be more contagious than current data shows. Obviously, that's what the headline said. Emerging in Wuhan, China, about a month ago, the virus has spread from about 300 people as of January 1st to close to 21,000. And has killed more than 420, with the number of new cases growing by the thousands every day. The rapid acceleration of cases is of concern, Dr. Mike Ryan, executive director of the World Health Organization Emergencies Program, said at a news conference last week before the agency declared a global health emergency. So before, it wasn't declared an emergency by maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because it wasn't spreading as fast.
No, it was still spreading fast. I don't think people were dying
Oh, okay.
that fast.
Can we get into some conspiracies, though?
What?
Hang on, let me finish this and then we can. But I have heard some conspiracies.
I haven't.
The disease is spreading quickly. China's health minister, some name I can't say, told reporters last month that there's evidence it's already mutated into a stronger variation that is able to spread more easily among humans. Yeah. The so this is a really long article. We'll link it below if you guys really, really, really want to watch it. But they're pulling out like every American from Wuhan, China, obviously.
Yeah.
They're pulling like literally,
And where do they take them to be quarantined?
I think California. I think they're taking them to California. There's like 3 or 4 cases in LA right now.
What?
I know, it's crazy. Nobody's died in the US, but
I
there's
thought
still.
they quarantined the whole city.
Oh yeah, the whole city's quarantined
Of Wuhan?
from Wuhan. But if
But
you're
what I'm saying is if you're coming from Wuhan, you can't just they can't just take you out and put you back in normal life.
no, they take you out. You're
quarantined.
quarantined for like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then you can go out into a normal life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That would suck.
What's your conspiracy, David?
I just got proven wrong.
What was
So
it? And then
the
tell us why
the
you're proved wrong.
conspiracy was this thing on Instagram that the coronavirus was actually made in a lab, and someone had a patent on the coronavirus, right? So
Okay.
part of that conspiracy was that Bill Gates was one of the people on the board of the company that owned the patent. So I was just looking it up to make sure I'm not going to talk out of my butt. And it says, non-supporters and anti-vaxxers are spreading a hoax that Bill Gates created the coronavirus.
Oh.
So
Is that from Snopes? Where's
this
that
is BuzzFeed News, the most reliable source.
from?
Shout out BuzzFeed.
Nice.
But Bill Gates just contributed $10 million to fight the coronavirus. Shout out Bill Gates.
He does
Yeah.
some good.
Yeah, he does a lot. He does isn't his like foundation or whatever, he helps put like toilets in villages and stuff. That's like what he does, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he wants to
Because
people.
that's like the main issue in third world countries is like kids dying from diarrhea,
Diarrhea,
basically
yeah.
because
Yeah.
they don't have clean ways to like go to the bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah, good job, Bill Gates. But anyway,
That's
I saw this thing on Instagram. I think it was like Overheard LA or Overheard something. This guy goes up to a lady and said, "Can I share this table with you?" And she said, "Sure." And then she started coughing. And then the guy said, "Corona, no, thank you." And walked away.
But it's scary. I mean, if it's spreading that quickly, like
Alyssa, you have to like the amount of people that died versus how many people are infected
Okay.
right.
is
How
different.
many people died / got infected from
The
swine
flu this year.
The swine
The flu this year has been
H1N1,
crazy. Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, what makes this one so much worse? Like,
'Cause
how
it's
many
on
people?
an emergency level now?
I think it's because it is a different form that they weren't expecting, maybe.
But is it? How many people has it killed?
420.
How many people does the flu kill every year?
Let's Alexa?
Well, they don't have a cure for this though, right? Like they don't
Well, it's
know.
just-
yeah, but
it's
the
like the
flu,
flu.
you can't cure
It's like
the
a
flu
virus.
either.
Yeah.
Like, you just kind of let it run its course, and then your body kind of builds up the antibodies.
So
and-
are the 400 people that have died like old, elderly, and
For sure.
infants?
I'm sure.
because it's flu-like symptoms, right? It's like,
It's like pneumonia.
oh,
Oh wow.
Okay, you're going to freak out.
Why?
So from 2017 to 2018, when flu reached epidemic proportions, as many as 95,000 people died.
jeez,
Holy.
So that was
that's 2 years. Or
2
1
years
year?
ago, 2017, 2018.
Okay.
So I mean, like the flu is definitely, and then this year, okay, flu death. Wait, where's this? This is from 2019. At least 1,300 flu deaths in the U.S. this far. So the flu is far worse in terms of like death than the
Yeah.
coronavirus in the U.S. No one has died in coronavirus. It's just like this spectacle, you know. I feel
It's
It's
like
news.
a new.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
new.
It's
news.
New. News.
New news.
3.
Shut
Pick 3, my lord.
What? I don't get
From
it.
Shrek.
From Shrek. He goes, pick 3, my lord.
3, my lord. And he's only holding it.
I
No?
don't get it.
when they're doing like the Bachelor type thing?
I have seen Shrek. Yes. Is that what you're? Have you not seen? That's in Shrek 2, right?
No,
Or-
it's
No,
from the
Shrek
first
1.
one.
I don't remember.
They're going through like the magic mirror, whatever is going through.
It's Mirror Mirror.
the
It's
thing.
like a Bachelor type thing,
Yeah.
and they're like showing like Bachelorette number 1.
Oh yeah.
It's like, she lives with 7 other guys, but don't let that fool you.
Oh, yeah,
It's like Snow White.
Speaking of that, Alyssa the Bachelor, you want to do a
Yes.
Bachelor recap?
Okay, yes. No, but I think it would be funny because I watched The Bachelor and Lauren doesn't. So comment below if you think that we should do this. Right here in the comments below. So I was thinking that I would watch it, recap the episode to LG and see how she responds. Because it's really funny.
Okay, recap it real quick.
I didn't watch last night.
What the heck?
Because we...
Okay, I'll recap it for you.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't watch it, but I can tell you exactly how it happens.
Okay.
A girl cries.
Mm.
The guy goes, kisses her. She's better, gives her a rose. They live happily ever after.
Trent, that's
Okay.
what you need to do to me.
Okay,
I'm
let
gonna
me
cry.
tell you.
You gotta come kiss me. Give me a rose and happy ever after.
Okay, let me tell you just one little thing that happened and see how you respond and
Okay.
see if we need to get this become a thing.
Okay.
So, there's this one girl and she's from Iowa or something. She wants to set up this like romantic little date for them. There's like 20 women in the house still. So she had brought this bottle of champagne that she had from Iowa. And she was like gonna set it up. She was telling all the girls like, okay, I have this bottle of champagne. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. And they're like, I'm so happy for you, girl. Go do your thing. Like, that's gonna be so sweet. Blah 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 blah. And then in the background you hear
What?
And she's like, what? And all the girls are like, it's okay. It wasn't your champagne. I don't think you're fine. It's okay. And she's like, I'm going to go look. And she goes and she looks and it's like her champagne. And then she just like storms away like so mad.
Who opened it?
The Bachelor with another girl.
Drama.
Yeah. So then she like walks away and he's like, I want to talk to you. And she like takes off her mic and she goes to the bathroom. The girls talk. And then literally it goes on to the next day. And the girl is like, oh, the producers had set up like an actual thing of champagne for this other girl. But she was like so upset because it was a special bottle of champagne that she brought from home to be with the Bachelor. Anyways. And then so they open up the other, she calms down. She opens up the other bottle with the Bachelor and she opens it up and he's like, should we drink it out of the glass or just drink it from the bottle? And she's like, I'm not that classy. We can drink it from the bottle. Drinks it from the bottle and foam just right in her face.
She deserves it.
Yeah. That was so funny. Oh, but it's funny because it becomes this dramatic thing and the girl that opened the bottle is like, I'm not a champagne stealer. Like, I don't know why somebody would accuse me of that. And she's like crying.
I feel like The Bachelor is
Fake?
like, yeah,
Yes.
number one. But I also feel like it's as if we were all back in middle school when all the
Yes.
girls came over and had a sleepover. But in this instance, a guy snuck over. And they're
Yes.
all trying to like get him to like them.
Yes.
That's literally what it feels like. Alyssa one time, Carol Ann one time got in trouble for freezing Alex's underwear
But it wasn't
in
Carol
in
Ann.
a sleepover.
Carol Ann got banned from the house. Another
Anyway,
story for
But that's
another
what
time.
it feels like. That's what it feels like. It feels like we're back in middle school and we're all having a sleepover and it's all fun and games until somebody cries over champagne.
But that's what makes it like it's dramatic.
I can't like
That's why I want to just recap the episode too, so you can be like,
okay. Cool. All right.
that's it. Let
The
us know
end.
in the comments below.
Okay, so let's talk about love. According
Let's talk about baby
Go ahead, Alyssa. You can say the word.
sex.
We're not talking. That's a kind of love. So there's different kinds of love, you guys. Do you know the different kinds of love?
There's 4 different kinds of love because I saw that commercial on the Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
but I always only remember agape.
What does
Which-
agape mean?
That's like the most important one, right?
Sure.
The other ones are like, one of them is like what you like the love you would have for like a friend. And
Agape is
then-
unconditional.
And then one is like what you have for like for your grandparents or something, like a family member. I don't remember
Mhm.
the other one. And then unconditional.
Mm-hmm. David, do you know any kinds
But
of
there's
love?
a fifth one also.
There's
There's a fifth one, and that one is when you order Chinese and you order 3 egg rolls, and then I get one, and then you get one, and then when we're done, when there's one more egg roll left, I go, you can have the egg roll.
I'm literally in tears right now. Look at my eyes.
Oh,
Look
if
at
you want to show Lauren that you love her, give her an egg roll. Give this girl an egg roll.
It's called egg roll. Egg
Egg roll love.
egg roll.
I'm literally
Come up with that
crying.
on the spot.
Yeah.
Tears in your eyes too. Oh man, what a great love. Agape. David, do you have another kind of love that you know? It's okay if you don't. It's a question.
Let it flow out of him
Pass.
naturally. You don't have to put him on the spot.
Okay, do you want to ask him?
No, what's the difference? There's no difference.
Okay, so agape love is unconditional love. Eros is romantic love. This is I'm teaching you guys. I'm dropping some knowledge.
You
My-
literally saw this on a
Googled
commercial.
Philia is affectionate love. Philautopia is self-love.
Do you feel educated?
No.
Storage. It's philautia. Philautia is self-love. Storage is familiar love. Pragma is enduring love. Ludus is playful love, and mania is obsessive love.
You. No, I'm not you. Not you. I mean, kind of you. But I was saying the show you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the show You definitely has that kind of mania.
And kind of you.
I am also a little bit obsessed with Trent. How do you feel about that?
I mean, nothing I can do.
What kind of love do y'all have?
We have Eros
All
and
of the above.
Philia. Romantic and affectionate.
And unconditional?
I feel like no, I feel like agape is literally the only kind of love that God can give.
Oh damn.
You know what I mean? I think that's what this
You don't
comes
have
from.
unconditional
Yeah,
love
I
for
kinda-
Liam?
No, I don't think you can. I literally don't think
Yeah.
it's humanly possible to unconditionally love somebody.
Lucy, I have unconditional love for you, pup.
I don't think so. What if she like ate your wedding ring?
She'll poop it out.
Yeah, we would still love her. I feel like,
See?
but she's a dog though. Like, there's not much she could do. A person can do
Yeah.
a lot to like sacrifice the love you have for them.
Yeah, what if Trent took that egg roll and ate it himself?
That would be
That's-
fine.
no.
I would still
You'd
love
still
him
love him?
unconditionally.
What if I,
don't
stepped
think
on it on
I
purpose?
really
and
don't
just,
think
like,
that it's humanly possible to have unconditional love.
Okay, this is what this site says. First, we have agape love. This is altruistic, selfish, unconditional love. Did you burp?
No, my headphones fell. I had to itch my ear.
Oh. The Greeks thought it was quite radical, perhaps because so few people seem capable of feeling it long term. Some people would describe agape as a type of spiritual love. For instance, Christians believe that Jesus exhibited this kind of love for all humans. He was selfless and sacrificed himself so that others could be rid of their sins
That's why I have it
He
tattooed on my
suffered.
body.
for happiness of others. You have agape tattooed? Oh,
You didn't know that?
yeah.
We were literally there.
You were there. I think you were there twice. I had it done twice. They had to fix the E.
Oh yeah.
You came back like 2 weeks later or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, y'all were both literally there.
Okay, cool.
I remember because I got extreme anxiety when I was in there.
Really?
Why?
Just thinking about what I would choose.
Trent's like Cheaty from The
Yeah.
Good Place. He like can't have a bunch of options. Right?
It's not that. It's just like I like this mirror, for instance. We just hung up this mirror, and it's been sitting here for how many weeks? 3 weeks, because I didn't want to figure out how high to hang it up, and then mess up, and then have to redo it, which is what we ended up having to do just now when we hung it up.
Because Trent is Enneagram 6.
I was gonna say no, because like Enneagram 9, when they're unhealthy, they pull from those kind of attributes. And I get that way. Like, I can't make decisions because if I make a wrong decision, it like literally gives me so much anxiety. So I feel you.
Yeah, that's what Trent goes through.
But
I'm
then
the opposite. So I think that also has to do with how we shop for groceries.
What?
Seriously, because I know what I want. I go in, I have my list, I know exactly where it's at, I'm out. Trent wants to go down every single aisle because he doesn't want to miss a single thing.
What if something's better?
Yeah.
or-
What if
yeah,
he
I
miss-
want to see what I'm gonna want later. So if I pass by the pancake mix, I'll be like, "Oh, dude, you know what? I'm gonna have pancakes later this week,"
Oh.
and that's how I grocery shop.
I guess. Anyway, all right. So, speaking of Enneagrams,
Okay.
we're going to talk about the EnneagramInstitute.com is probably like my favorite thing. And this, David's type 3
Yes.
and you're type 9. And this talks about,
Well, let's talk about y'all's first, since you already just talked about your shopping.
okay, you
Okay.
can go through it if you would like.
Okay.
We can comment on
So
it.
Enneagram type 6 is called the loyalist. That's Trent. So this is what it's like, their relationship together with the Enneagram type 7, Lauren, the enthusiast. It says what each type brings to the relationship. Both Enneagram 6s and 7s are mental types, and there can be a great deal of mental stimulation in this pairing. These two types offer many areas in which they reinforce each other, and some areas in which the strengths of one counterbalance the limitations of the other. 7s are usually entertaining and tend to lift the spirits of 6.
Hang on. Do you feel lifted?
I was going to ask
By
that.
me?
I was just thinking about that meme of Beyonce and Jay-Z about what was it? It was like when your introvert man, they don't bring his food, or he gets his food order wrong,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and your girl goes to like correct them.
Wait, can you find it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me put it up. I was just thinking about when you were talking about counterbalancing. That's what it reminded me of.
But also, it's like, if I'm out of line and that sort of thing, Trent will be like, nah, like, you don't need to do that. You know, not like out of line, but like,
Like y'all do balance each
Like
other
it's
out.
not worth it,
yeah,
kind of.
yeah. We for
They
sure-
enjoy bantering with each other, which is funny because I, like, my person, like when y'all do, I'm like, what is happening? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I just get so like, can y'all just get along?
I'm like, what are you talking about? We are getting along. It's
Yeah,
fine.
but it's like you enjoy that because it says you're both quick mentally and often have, what is the word? Rapier?
Rapport.
no, it's
rapier.
rapier.
I can't read.
Rapier.
They're both quick-witted is pretty much what it's saying.
We can't find the meme.
Verbally sparring and seeing how absurd or funny they can become as they push each other to more outrageous limits. That's you guys.
What do you mean?
Like, you just kind of go back and forth and see how far you can push each other's limits.
Oh my God, that's so true. Trent
Yes.
pushes me to my limits.
That is so funny.
Trent,
Weird.
do you feel like I push you to your limits?
Yes.
Okay.
Not Trent.
Is your name Trent?
Oh, I posted it on my thing.
What was that mean?
Don't worry about it.
It's not showing up on the thing, so y'all can't see.
It's okay. It's fine.
Well, it says sevens are particularly good at generating new ideas, while sixes are particularly good at mastering the practical steps that are necessary. I lost my spot to get things done. You want to read the whole thing?
I mean, read like the first couple paragraphs to each spot.
Okay.
I'd say.
Potential trouble spots.
Here
or
are trouble
issues.
spots. Are you ready?
Okay. Despite how well sixes and sevens can reinforce each other's strengths when they are healthy, in the average to lower levels, the picture can shift quickly. Sixes are essentially interested in security and predictability, foreseeing problems and building procedures to prevent future uncertainty. They are aware of limitations and why things cannot be done or at least done easily. Sevens, by contrast, are about seeking happiness and relief from increasing frustration or anxiety. They're about trying new things, seeing new possibilities, and overcoming limitations. They do not want to hear about problems or obstacles. They want things to be done the day before yesterday. Sixes tend to be negative and pessimistic, while sevens tend to be positive and optimistic.
That's why we balance each other.
Yeah, but I feel like that'd be really hard for a six.
Is it hard for you, babe?
It's very hard.
Like, it's good that you're like optimistic and like, you know, like those new things. But I feel like
I think this is what said. This is what got me. They do not want to hear about problems or obstacles. They want things to be done the day before yesterday.
Yeah, so when I like come to you about like, all right, let's figure this out, like with finances or something like that, you like don't want to talk about it. You're like, I don't want to do this right now.
Sometimes
I want
it's
it to
bad
be done
timing.
already.
Sometimes it's bad timing.
I mean, maybe because when I'm in it, I'm ready to do it.
I am too, but sometimes we have to both be at that same spot,
I guess.
right?
like when do you get to that spot?
We did the other day.
No, the way we get to that spot is Lauren puts it on the calendar, and then we meet up like we have a meeting, and I gotta you gotta look at the calendar. That's how we do it. Which makes no sense because it's like, oh, you just chose a time to do it, as opposed to let's just do it now.
I'm a Virgo. I need to schedule things.
I was trying to read the last little bit.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
But I think that's funny. Like, I feel like your Virgo and sevens are like kind of different. You know what I mean?
I just have different personality types.
Does that make
Lauren
just have
has
different-
multiple personalities.
Does that make you crazy?
I don't know. I'm gonna go talk to
This
therapist
is really
later.
weird. I'm like skimming through this, and this is so y'all.
Say it.
I'm just gonna read the last little bit.
Okay.
In a 6-7 couple, these two opposing philosophies reflect the very different expectations 6 and 7 have from life and from a relationship. And unless they can be reconciled, it will be difficult. I didn't mean to read that part. For
Go
this
ahead.
couple to remain one.
Alyssa, it's fine.
That's not the part that I wanted to like end on.
Okay, keep going.
That's how it ended.
We communicate and reconcile just fine.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah,
We have
we
like
have no issues.
yeah, we have really great communication style, I guess. Right?
Yeah,
Do you think
everything is just a discussion.
yeah.
That's how it is. We don't fight. We have discussions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never like an argument. It's funny because, I mean, listen, I'm not like here to like judge people, but you hear people talking like they're fighting, like arguing, yelling at each other. And
I
I'm
don't
like,
know how people do that.
I don't. And maybe, we'll talk about this
You know
later.
what's sad?
What?
When you hear that in a store, like you're at Nordstrom or something, and you just hear like a couple arguing. It's like, y'all, if you do this in public, what do you do at home?
We've been in a place where people or a couple has like argued in front of us, and we're like, can we leave now? Like,
Yeah.
this is really awkward. Like, it's not.
But this says
It's not polite either. I feel like it's
Yeah, I'm wondering if the reason, like for me, I wonder if the reason I'm not like that. Like, if we were to get in an argument or like have some sort of disagreement in public, it's like we're definitely going to wait till we're at home. But I'm wondering if that's because when I was little, me and my brothers and sisters, whenever we would like somebody would act up, my mom was always like, "You wait till we get home." It was
That
like,
was the worst.
and then you have the whole car ride home where you're like, "Oh no, what's gonna happen?" I wonder if that's like
We also have
stems
to-
from that. Is that how y'all were raised?
I don't think we ever. I don't know.
I feel like I've only witnessed maybe 1 or 2 arguments.
From mom and dad.
Yeah. But it wasn't like their full argument.
Well, I'm
like
talking
maybe-
about like y'all when y'all were growing up and you got in trouble. Did your parents like discipline you right there, or like yell at you like
I feel like
in
I got
public?
disciplined
or
in public.
I see what you're saying.
I really feel like I got disciplined in public.
Yeah,
Do you?
because you were wild. I don't think I ever got disciplined in
No.
public.
I don't remember, honestly. I probably.
But I
blacked
mean,
it out.
I do think they had the traditional like, just wait until we tell. Like mom was like, just wait until we tell your
Wait till
dad.
your dad gets home.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that was the worst.
I wonder if that's why.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, like I think a lot of it definitely has to do with how you were raised, what you saw, how you were treated. You know, for anybody that like acts out in public or does stuff like that in public.
Yeah.
What's funny is I was telling Alyssa the other day, like, I don't think I've ever seen my parents fight.
Really?
They made it a point to where if like they had an argument or whatever, they would wait until like either we were asleep or they went to the room or whatever. But like, I don't think I've ever seen them fight.
That's kind of smart because it gives you time to think about it and cool down
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean? And like not like the people that are fighting at Nordstrom. It's like,
Yeah.
hey man, you need a second
You
to
need
like,
to walk away.
yeah,
And I feel like all those fights are so dumb.
yeah.
Like if you ever listen to it, it's like, I told you not to buy that pair of shoes, but you bought that pair of shoes anyway. It's like, yo, really? This is what y'all are fighting about?
Yeah, in Nordstrom. All right, y'all's turn. You ready?
What?
We're perfect.
Okay.
Okay, type 3.
I had to cool down the other day. You're
Ooh.
not perfect.
We've never fought.
Unconditional love.
Type
You
3.
said that's not possible.
I'm all, that's not possible. I had to cool down the other
I
day.
know. I'm like, I have unconditional love. Okay, type 3, the achiever. That's David. Type 9, the peacemaker. Alyssa.
Why'd you say it like that?
Okay, what each type brings to the relationship. This is a fairly common pairing.
Dang.
9s bring enormous support, encouragement, and a sense of pride in 3's accomplishments. 3s can feel that with a 9 behind them, they are able to be themselves, explore their potential, and become the best mate, friend, or professional they can be.
I'm crying.
You cry with this. I cried about egg rolls. I was legit crying. 3s help 9s to properly value themselves and to have more self-respect and invest in their own development. This is a lot about how 9s help 3s. 9 can help 3s relax,
That's right.
find enjoyment in simple things. 9s give them permission to not drive themselves so much. Both types also want to avoid conflict and put a positive spin on
Yikes.
things. 9s are genuinely optimistic and look on the bright side, while 3s focus on being positive and hopeful and are careful to not let people see them being down or depressed. So do you guys feel like, you said like yikes, Alyssa? So do you feel like you guys both avoid conflict?
Exactly. That's why I said yikes.
Does nothing get done?
No. I mean,
I think we're pretty good about talking it through.
yeah, like I think it takes us a while to be like, okay, that we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
You know, but then it's still very like calm
Yeah.
because we both don't want it to get like, we both just wouldn't make it get out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all aren't like that. Y'all are emotional. To this
We're
mix,
what? We
you're
are?
not emotional.
We have emotions.
To this mix, 3s bring energy, personal ambition, flexibility, and the ability to set and achieve long-term goals and efficiency.
God, David is such a 3. Oh, God.
Threes energize nines and bring change and excitement to the relationship. Nines bring a feeling of safety and steadiness, the assurance that the three is loved for themselves and not just for their achievements, and the feeling of not being judged or evaluated at every moment.
I was going to say, do you feel that
Yep.
way?
And
Good.
and
Like, to the
other,
T.
huh?
To the T.
In other 3 and 9 couples, they need comfort and security may be the main source of attachment and the pleasure they get from each other.
Wait. What?
In other 3 and 9 couples, they need for comfort and security may be the main source of attachment and the pleasure they get from each other. 3 and 9 couples is like a title.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Potential trouble spots or issues.
No.
Nines don't never want to hear it. All right, ready?
Yeah.
I'll just read the first paragraph and the last one. The 3-9 couple can be almost the case of too much of a good thing.
Oh my gosh.
Because both types are attracted to keeping the positive values in their life alive. And there can be so much attachment to comfort and stability in their world that it becomes difficult to question the status quo and the routines that they get into. Neither want to bring up conflicts that they have with the other.
Yeah, but we just said we do.
Nines are more likely not to want to talk about whatever's bothering them, obviously. But threes also do not want to express their complaints because in doing so will risk rejection. They may also expose the fragility or even the falseness of their relationship. Interesting. I don't know much about threes. That's why it's interesting to me. If threes are heavily invested in having a perfect marriage to the outside world, it will be difficult to talk about their unhappiness in the relationship or the frustrations they are feeling. Let me keep going.
Yeah, but I like I said, I think that, and maybe that's for both of us, and maybe this is a good lesson to everybody out there, is like at the end of the day, it's asking for both people to talk about it,
Yeah.
to have that communication, to resolve the conflict. And I think that we have been doing a good job about
Yeah.
that. And obviously, like y'all said, you did too. So like, it's,
in my opinion, nothing cannot wait. What am I trying to say?
Like, there's nothing you can't work out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless like you cheat on me or he hit me. Cause
that's, and I think mom had said that too. I don't know if I should say that, but like, you know,
if Trent,
I'm scared,
you know,
but it was like, you know,
but
things can be worked out,
right?
You know,
Yeah.
there's, you know, we have been raised in a Christian household. We both did premarital counseling, and they have talked about, you know, that you don't talk about the D word, divorce, you know, and it's like, unless there is
Infidelity.
cheating, yeah, or obviously if you're being
Domestic
abused, yeah. So it's like everything other under that,
yeah,
can be worked out,
and it's all just about communication. You know,
my legs look like it's making a heart. Do you see that?
Aw, for love. All right. Well, that was deep.
I know. But
Okay.
that's why I like the Enneagram, because I feel like it really does like kind of dissect you and tell you like this is kind of the way your brain works, and this is like why you think the way that you think, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you like that?
It's scary
Why?
because it's like it kind of explains your feelings, and you're like, how many other people feel just like that?
All
But
the
then-
threes.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like all the threes, and then it's like my problems are. I mean, I guess it makes it easy because you're like, well, that kind of explains why I feel the way I feel.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It helps
Yeah,
you
a
become
lot of it sheds light on like why you're feeling
Yeah,
a certain way about a certain thing. I think it's pretty. It is very creepy, like how accurate it can
Yeah.
be, but at the same time, it's like it kind of gives you this blueprint of like, oh, this is like pretty much how I am,
Yeah.
like, and that's okay. Because like, I mean, at least for my Enneagram, there's a lot of like, they sound sad. Like I have very sad thing, like just the way socially and like anxiety and when I read like my number, it's like, okay, it's okay that I feel this way
Right.
because that's the type of person that I am. It's
Yeah.
not me. There's not anything wrong with me. It's like
Right.
there's a bunch of other people that feel this way too.
It almost like makes you feel like I'm normal.
Yeah,
You know?
like this is normal for my personality type.
Yeah.
And I
I
think
know-
it
I
helps
know.
you understand the other person. Like, same thing with the love languages. Like,
What are Alyssa's love languages?
they've changed. I'm not joking. Okay, so when
You changed.
you've changed.
You
Okay.
changed, man.
So when we first got married, it was, I think, okay, your number one was quality time. Yes, it was
Mm-mm. I already know it.
physical touch.
That's me.
Hold on, let me remember the.
Come on,
love
David.
languages.
Remember how to love me.
I'm glad we're working this out on the podcast.
I completely forgot. And cut.
Yours is quality time.
And scene.
But it changed.
What's yours now?
Lauren.
Okay, that was it. So mine,
What is it?
words of affirmation is
Okay.
number one.
Do you remember that?
She told me.
I know, but did you remember when she told you?
Yes. Okay, and then, but so mine.
If y'all are
went-
just listening, Alyssa and David are real close, staring at each other.
What?
What did you say? No. Like when we first got married, mine was, it was quality time, physical touch, gifts, and then words of affirmation. But I think now it's like, gifts, words of affirmation, quality time, and physical touch.
You like gifts?
Yes.
Aww.
Have you met David?
I didn't know that was his love.
I'm gonna have to retake it because I don't know. I may have changed my love language. Ours are kind of the same, right? Like two of ours are swapped. It's like
Mine just changed.
both of ours are like quality time is top.
No.
Yours is next is physical touch, and mine physical touch for me is the last.
And that's been hard. For our whole relationship.
Because you're
Almost.
so touchy.
Almost 10 years.
And then I think my second one is words of affirmation, or it might be gifts or acts of service.
I think it was words
I think
of
it's
affirmation.
words of affirmation, and then gifts or acts of service, and then physical touch.
Yeah, we
That's
should
sad.
all take it again then.
Yeah, let's do it after
obviously.
this.
Hey, yeah,
But-
I could have changed. I don't know.
Because mine changed a lot when I had a kid. Because acts of service becomes very important.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, it just makes you feel better when somebody else can, like, help you out with things.
Yeah.
But words of affirmation is still up there.
I love you.
All right. Let's talk about how we met each other.
Yeah,
That'll be
speaking
the
of
last,
10 years.
The last section.
10 years? Y'all have known each other and been together?
2011.
Well, yeah, 9.
Almost 10 years. So I would actually like to hear Trent's whole side of it.
How we met?
Yeah, because
All right, I
How
got.
you
feel like
met, how you got together, how you...
I got this.
I feel like I talk about it a lot. All right, go, babe.
So I don't.
Remember, this is a love podcast.
I don't remember. I think I remember the first time I met you. You were in your office, and we like came by. Like I think it was me and MZ. We came by as we were working.
Yeah, y'all both worked at the same church.
Yeah. And so we went to your office for something, probably like wondering what a tech form, like what your tech form was or something like that. But then that was probably the first time I met you, but the first time that I really like met you and talked to you was when we worked a gig together, and you were playing guitar and singing, and I was running sound, and I recorded the whole event, and then I like edited the section of you singing and playing guitar, and I think I gave you a CD, and you were like, oh, I don't have a CD player, so I put it on your purple iPod. And that was like the first time we like got like pretty much hung out together was during that gig.
I remember that too. I remember the first time I knew you existed was actually before then. I know. It's weird. And I realized this. Someone was talking about something, but I remember I was home from college and we were at the midnight prayer or something. What?
Oh, is that the one where
And Trent was in high school.
Yeah. And I remember, it probably wasn't high school. I remember somebody coming to sit with our family. I didn't really remember that it was Trent, but I remember somebody came and sat with us.
Wait, what?
And then I remember that somebody spent the night.
Yeah.
And that's what I remember. So that's when I knew. I didn't know Trent. I didn't meet him, but his existence was there. So.
Wait, why did you sit with the family though?
So
I think he sat with Alec.
I don't think it was.
Okay.
For some reason, I want to say it was New Year's, but it wasn't New Year's. It was. We had a. Well, yeah, it had to be. It had to be like New Year's or something.
Because I was home from college, so I was on break.
So it was New Year's.
Mhm.
Okay, so it was New Year's, and Alec and I were working the college like midnight lock-in or overnight lock-in, and so we were there, and we were like setting up our stuff, and there was a service. So when we got done, we went to the service, but Alec and his family were there, so we just sat with Alec's family, and then we worked the event until like 6 a.m. And then I went to Alec's house and we like slept because we stayed up all night working.
But I didn't realize that it was Trent probably until we were dating, because he was like, yeah, I remember one time I was working with Alec. I sat with him at midnight, and I was like, I was there.
I don't remember that.
You don't? That's the first time I really knew that Trent existed, but
his presence.
yeah. Little did I know.
Yeah, that was before I even knew Alyssa, because I feel like I met Alyssa before I met you, because you were in
Probably.
school.
Mm-hmm.
But that was before I even had met Alyssa. Because did you go to the thing? You didn't go to the lock-in, did you?
I don't remember that
I think
at
we were,
all.
Yeah, I think we were just working it.
Okay, so then what happened?
Yeah, when does the juicy part come?
Wait, didn't you tell me that same night, when you were working with Lauren, every time you would check the monitors, you're like, "How are your ears? Good? Okay, I love you."
Oh my gosh.
You told me that.
Well, yeah.
Can you imagine though? Trent's like, "Your ears good? Cool, I love you."
Lauren's like, love.
We were in
Two.
love then.
So fast
When did you fall in
forward
love?
to, let's see. I mean, we worked together, so I would go to your office and hang out like all the time, and I was dating somebody else,
Dun dun
Dun, dun, dun.
and I would vent about my relationship problems. But it wasn't just to you; it was like to everybody.
Also
that
to
was in
Lauren
the room,
Hagee. I
right?
remember Lauren was there
Yeah.
too.
I'd vent to y'all about my relationship, but you're asking when
When did you start falling for Lauren?
did I start falling for Lauren? I want to say this is so weird, but this is just how life is. It was definitely I was still dating my ex.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know this.
I was still dating my ex,
How
and
rude.
I was just hanging. We were just hanging out, and it wasn't even like we were hanging out
Outside of work?
Like, yeah, I mean we were, but it was with like other people. It wasn't like we were hanging out alone. But yeah, I was that's probably when I started falling in love with you.
Whoa.
Wanna cry again?
Oh my
And that's
gosh.
like I don't know what this is gonna turn into, but I definitely like this
Yeah.
type of deal. Like, it's there's not like a defining moment where it was just like,
I'm in love.
yeah, no.
So then how did you ask her out?
So I asked her out in her car, and I feel like we talked about this on the podcast. Have we not?
I don't think so.
I don't think
know.
so.
I don't think so.
I don't know why I feel like we've already talked about this.
Well, round 2, if we
I
have.
don't know. There's so many podcasts. I don't even know what I talk about on my own podcast. So we were in Lauren's car, and I can't remember what we did. We went somewhere, and then she was dropping me off at my truck, and we were just chilling in the car, and I asked you, like, I told you, like, hey, I really like you, and I was wondering if you would ever like me like that. And she said, no. Just straight up, no.
I don't think I put the in front
I
of
think
it.
you did.
No.
You
No.
might have said, well, no. You just straight up said
Lauren.
no.
Well,
basically.
okay, I had a long explanation after that. I was like, maybe, okay, y'all also have to think Trent was 19 and I was 23 at the time. So I was like, he's just really young. We're like best friends and he's just confusing his feelings just because I'm a girl. Like, would he still feel this way not if I were a boy, but like, but you know, but you know, like that was my thought process. So I was like, man, like I really, really like this friendship like a lot because you were my best friend. Like we had so much fun together and we would laugh all the time. And I was like, oh no, like, I don't know. That was my thought process. And I was like, maybe he's just, and also he had just broken up with his girlfriend. I was like, and I think I told you, I was
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm not trying to be a rebound.
Yeah, you said that.
See?
I wish I
sounds like
knew. I wish I knew the exact amount of time. It had to be like at least 2 months, right?
Something like
I'd been
that.
single for like 2 months or something. What? Not very long.
Again, and he was 19 and he had just broken up with his girlfriend and he had been with her for like 4 years or something crazy, right? Like a long
It was
couple years.
3.5 years.
So I'm thinking you're single for 2 months and you want to jump into something else, like no thank you. Like that, and then you're 19 and like that was my thought process. That's why I said no.
Yeah.
So then when did you change your mind, Lauren, or when did you start falling
Well,
for Trent?
So, I know you're asking her that, but
Yeah, you can
but
you can say.
So to like segue into that, one of the things that she said was like, she did explain like, I don't want to mess up this friendship, which blah 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 whatever. Take a chance, why don't you?
I did.
But
Here we are.
no, it was like you had said, I don't want it to be weird, like between us after this. And I was like, okay. And I didn't make it weird.
It wasn't weird.
I
and
didn't
that
make
was
it
the
weird at
best
all. It was
thing.
just like, cool. We had a conversation. The conversation went where it did. And then now we're back to normal.
Yeah.
So
When did you start falling in love with him, Lauren?
When did you change your mind?
So it was a couple months later. Like, I feel like you told me something like that, like maybe in June or July. You know what? I know it was like May. I know it was May
Yeah.
because
It was like a month or two.
you went to Kufi or something and you were like hanging out with, and I don't know if you did this on purpose, but you were like telling me about like the girls you were hanging out with. Did you do it on purpose?
No, it was literally it was literally I was hanging out with people and I only knew one person and I was like, why am I'm literally working this event and then I'm hanging out with a bunch of people who are like attending this event.
Yeah.
And I only know one person. And so
Anyway, so then I start to feel jealous.
I guess you started to feel jealous. But then I left, and then I called you, and I sat in the hallway of the hotel, like outside of my room because I was staying with somebody else, and I talked to you on the phone for like 3 hours.
Yeah. Who you
Dang.
staying with?
Brian.
Oh, nice. Anyway, so yeah, I started to get like jealous, and I was like, I need to explore these feelings I'm having. So then I don't know what happened. Like I had like coffee. It's like I remember the pivotal moment. I was having coffee with Amy Rogers, and we were talking about Trent for some reason. And one thing she said was, because one of my like,
she was Team Trent. She was like,
yeah, she was Team Trent.
yeah.
One of my like biggest concerns was Trent's 19, I'm 23. Like that's kind of like a big age difference. I wasn't woke back then, I guess.
Oh my god.
And I was like, did you fall asleep?
No, you said I wasn't woke back then, and that was the longest eye roll I could possibly do.
that he fell asleep.
Anyway, and Amy said like if he
Can you imagine? I'm just like,
I love story isn't entertaining enough for you, David. She said like if he were your age, like would you date him? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, age shouldn't be a problem then. And I was like, oh my God, you're right.
Because her and her husband are
Yeah,
like-
but she's like 6 or 7 years younger than him, maybe.
That's
And-
why she said that too.
I know, but like it's different when it's a girl's younger than a guy.
I guess.
It is. It just is. Do you agree?
pinky
I
up.
mean, obviously not.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess in my head I don't know. I was just a little worried.
Guys, yeah, tend to mature later.
But Trent was already mature. Anyway,
Obviously.
yeah. Anyway, so that's when I was like, okay, she's right. Like I of course I would. So then I was thinking, okay, well, it's been like 3 months. I don't know if he still feels the same way. So I asked him. I was like, hey, do you still feel the same way? And he said yes. And then
And you said what?
then we sealed the deal.
What does that mean?
What?
We became boyfriend girlfriend.
Okay.
Right then and there?
Yeah.
You just did it then and there.
We became boyfriend girlfriend.
That's weird.
Why?
Like y'all didn't go
Why?
on a date and then make it all like.
No, because we were like, I'm telling
we
you,
were already hanging out
We
by
were like-
ourselves all the time.
we were
You
like
already
best
pretty much,
friends.
You were pretty much dating.
yeah,
But you hadn't said like we both like each other
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Got it.
like we both enjoyed each other's company, each other's presence. We laughed with each other. We had the same humor. I think honestly, when it came down to it, like us having the same humor was a big thing. What'd you say?
Yeah, but I think like
I'll hold it.
I guess yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway.
So then y'all dated for how long before Trent proposed?
11 months.
yeah,
That's pretty
just
good.
crazy.
Yeah.
And you had no idea what was happening,
I
Lauren.
proposed on our 11-month dating date
In Times
anniversary
Square.
or whatever.
In New York City.
Dating date.
It was Trent's first time in New York too. It was like his first time, first night.
Yeah, I think
We-
we've talked about that before.
We had
because y'all
never
have so
talked
much
about
New
marriage.
York.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You never talked
You
about
never
marriage?
talked about marriage?
We never talked about marriage. Yeah, not once.
Dude. So much respect right now.
It was crazy.
I
Yeah.
like decided that I was going to ask her, I think it was like at like 8 months.
Really?
Yeah. I think I went and looked at rings at 8 months.
Okay, wait, question though. Like, have y'all before or any time before that, did you guys talk about like how many kids do you want? Like,
No.
where do you want to live? Nothing?
Nah.
Dude,
We
what a
just straight
shot
up
in the dark.
were dating.
Just enjoying each other.
Yeah.
Like,
But also,
like,
like,
you
I
know what I
didn't-
mean?
Excuse you.
But also I didn't want to give away I didn't want to give anything away that would like that I was going to ask her to marry me. Like
Bro,
I
did
wanted
it
to
ever
be
cross
like
your
out
mind
of
that she would have said nope? Like, what if marriage wasn't her thing?
Then I would have. I just
He was pretty confident.
I was pretty confident that she was into it,
Yeah.
but we never had like talked about it. It's just I went off of like intuition and like maybe somebody would say something and I was like listening to her response to it or something like that. But yeah, we never talked about it.
Oh, I asked you because Trent told me that he was going to propose, and I asked you like even a week before that or something before y'all left. No, maybe even months before that. When did you tell me? How early did you tell me?
I told you like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before.
Yeah, and then we were like just chatting, like girl chat, and I was like, "Would you like do you see yourself marrying Trent?" And you're like, "Yes," like immediately.
Aw.
Like it wasn't even
I'm
like
so cute.
okay, yep. But no, then I was like, I felt
Fine.
like confident in it too.
Yeah.
You know, not that I needed to feel any sort of way, but I did. So
He's
And
the
also, Alyssa did not tell me that, so I was just going in blind.
oh yeah, I just wanted to know for my own.
best. Yeah. Wow. And
But then y'all were
here we
engaged
are.
for how long? And then
10 months before we had a wedding.
Yeah.
So we were together for 2 years by the time we got married. Now we've been together for almost 10.
that's what I was gonna ask you. No, like how long have you been married for?
7 or going on 7.
You're doing this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, and where are we? February, March, April. So 2 months it'll be 7 years.
that's
Jeez.
crazy.
Crazy. Trent.
Time to start popping out those babies.
Nope.
Aw,
Liam is really cute.
I'm glad that y'all are his aunt and uncle.
Aren't we his godparents?
Yeah, in my heart.
Oh, God. All right, y'all's turn because we've been going for an hour.
Okay, David, then you go since Trent got to talk.
All right, let's hear David's
Okay.
side of the story because
Because I'm comfortable. So how did we meet? And
Okay, well, the first time that
Yeah,
I
when
met
did you know Alyssa existed?
was okay. The first time I actually saw you was you came up to camp with Alec. I've told you this, and I was like just chilling in the back, like I think praise and worship was going on or something, and Alec comes up and we like say hi or whatever, and then
wait, I just realized something.
What?
That it was like I had come back from college, and it was at a high school
College?
camp.
college.
Not come back from college, but I was like in college and went to this high school camp with Alec just to see worship or something. And David was in high school.
guys, we're both older than our husbands.
No,
That's funny.
I don't think I was in high school.
I thought you were like a junior in high school.
Ew.
When we met? Yes.
Weird.
A junior? I didn't go that far.
Or senior.
were-
No, I
we
was,
just
it was
had
like
met- we
between
just met.
junior and senior year.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, so, yeah, you guys came up with Alec, and then I say hi to Alec, and I just noticed someone like walk up behind Alec, and my first thought was like, is that Alec's girlfriend? And then I don't know why, but like I figured out that it was Alec's sister, and I was like, yo.
I feel like that also happened to a bunch of high school girls one time when Yachty was on stage and was like, we want to welcome Alec's biggest fan. And you got on stage and all the girls were like upset. And Yachty was like, his sister. And all the girls were like, yay.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, so I was like, dang, she's like really beautiful. And then fast forward like 4 years after that.
Were you dating somebody too at the time?
No,
Okay.
not at that time. But
But I was.
so
Oh,
fast forward
God.
4 years.
But I didn't meet. But we didn't meet then.
Yeah, we didn't meet.
Yeah.
I just saw her and I was like, dang, what up, girl?
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah.
but I didn't say it. I didn't say it. And then, so I was working at Cornerstone. And then I don't remember the story, but Alyssa tells me that like one time we're working a wedding
Something
Right?
like that. Because
It
I
was
was
like
in
a
special
wedding.
events.
and I had like come off of a partying phase. I was like, dude, I'm like so
Or you were in the partying phase.
I was still in the partying phase. And I wasn't even 21, right?
Right.
I wasn't.
David, your mom's gonna listen to this podcast.
Whatever. um,
Ilona.
so I wasn't 21 yet.
He might have been partying with his uncles. Who knows?
And then,
Okay.
yeah. And then Alyssa's like offering to buy me drinks.
Alyssa.
I was trying to flirt, and he doesn't remember.
I don't remember that at all, but she's like, if you ever want drinks, hit me up.
Alyssa. Illegal.
I know.
Anyway, so then
I
I
don't
was
think
trying.
I don't think
to
I ever
flirt.
bought Trent drinks.
You did.
Did?
See,
Well.
you did the illegal thing. I was just suggesting.
yeah. So then fast forward like another few years. And then when did we like actually start talking?
Well, you started hanging out more with like our friend group and stuff with volleyball.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So volleyball at y'all's place is what kicked it off. And then
Our friend group would do like every Monday night. We would all get together and play volleyball without Lauren at their.
It was like our little
'cause she
event
had
center
to
in our
water her
neighborhood.
grass or
Okay,
some BS.
listen. When you're a homeowner and the city of San Antonio says you can only water on this one day and the
Okay.
grass sucks,
Okay,
you have to
time
water
out.
the grass.
Time out. Your grass sucked, whether you watered it or not.
Did you see Grayson's grass? It was always great.
Yours sucked though, so why water something
I don't want
that
to
was never gonna grow?
Poor Lauren.
help me out here.
It
Trent,
sucked. And I hated mowing it.
So anyway, so
it was like dirt.
we would a lot of us, like probably like 20 of us would still go.
Yeah,
Like 15
and then,
to 20 of
well,
us.
that eventually moved to sideliners.
Yeah, no, but that's where we started hanging out.
Yeah, well, like as a friend group, and then we started.
I was like, ooh,
Like-
David Varga with this 360 flips.
That's what's up.
What?
He would like in volleyball just like be stupid and be like 180 and like turn around and like spike the ball.
Okay, I was thinking flipping forward.
that
like
would be
David
awesome.
Flip doing front flips.
Sometimes. I
What?
like that.
Weird.
Continue the story.
So I think it was like just me hanging out with Alec, and then we'd go to
Because he was
the
dating
gym.
somebody.
No, at this point,
What I'm saying is you miss that part. That's why we didn't really like become
Yeah.
good friends. Like
yeah, and then whatever. So fast forward, and then
they talked about their exes.
well, I don't care that
Okay.
much. I'm just getting to our story.
Okay, go ahead.
Dang. Okay, now you want to hold my hand? Oh, I lost my train of thought.
We went to Sideliners.
You were hanging out,
Hanging
going to
out
the
with
We were
gym.
Alec.
like hanging out, and then
You and Alec would work out.
we'd work out. We'd go back to the house. Like we'd party or whatever, and then like I always thought you were really beautiful. Aw. And then yeah, we kind of just like started talking, and then we spent like 3 hours talking in the local parking lot.
Yeah.
And then where else? We'd like, it was really weird. Like we'd go out with friends, and then we'd leave her car somewhere, and it might have still been running
Shut up.
It probably was still running.
and unlocked.
And left her
or locked
keys
with
in
the
her
keys
car.
in it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Sounds like Alyssa.
And then yeah, so like we'd talk, and then like I'd go to their house, she'd come to our house, and then it kind of just like grew, and then I think February was right before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember I texted you and I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about asking Alyssa," and you're like,
Is today our dating anniversary?
It's the 4th.
Is it?
I
we
don't
went to
know.
go see like a
Brooke Fraser.
Brooke Fraser concert,
Mm.
and then I asked her to be my girlfriend in a Fuego parking lot.
Fuego.
That's what's up.
You ever had Fuego in San Marcos?
Nope.
So good.
It's so good. And then yeah, we started dating, and then in October we got engaged. Funny story.
That's crazy to me.
About the
So
engagement.
9 months or 7 months?
7 months.
And then
So-
9 months later, Liam came out. Just
That's
kidding.
not how it happened. Wait, February? 8 months.
Yeah, it's
What's crazy though is like, so February we started dating, April, I went on like y'all's family trip with you guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Um,
We went to New York City.
yeah, and then I think that was it. And then we went to the Grand Canyon. So funny story is, like, I was not planning on proposing up until like 3 days prior to us leaving, or like
Yeah.
like
You were like,
3 or 4
hey,
days.
here's the ring I want. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, you're deciding this now?
So like, we've talked about marriage probably like 4 months in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because
How
I was
old
like,
were you guys?
22 and 23.
Yeah,
It's crazy to
but
think,
like
to like look back. And be,
23 and 20. No.
21, 22.
Okay.
it's
maybe.
crazy to like think back and be like, oh my God, we were so young. Like we were 21 and 25.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
But for
What?
us, it was like,
What?
well, for me especially, I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time if this isn't gonna end up in marriage. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna date you for 5 years and then, whatever. So, like, we talked about everything, like how many kids we want, if we want to get married, like
this it?
all that stuff. Huh?
This last one?
No, we got one, maybe 2 more,
Yikes.
maybe 4 more. Who knows? No, not 4.
Not
Definitely not
4.
4. I think 4 kids is our max.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But good for y'all.
So what made you decide that you were going to propose?
So, okay, yeah. So, I was like, I know that we're going to get married, right? And I'm just thinking, like, okay, we're going to the Grand Canyon. Like, what better place to propose than the Grand Canyon? Because I'm like, I don't know where else I would do it. And that's
Because we had been planning this trip anyways for my birthday. It was supposed to be like
A
a
bunch
group
of
of
friends,
us. And then at the end, nobody wanted to spend my birthday with me except for David.
True.
David.
So, yeah, I, like, went, bought the ring. I asked, like, your parents. And then I, like, talked it over with my parents. And then, yeah, proposed at the Grand Canyon.
What did my
at
dad
sunset. So
say? You don't have to diverge.
Hmm?
Diverge. What's that?
it was funny because, like, we were going to get cigars,
It's
and I
late.
asked him in the truck, and then he said yes, and then we, like, went inside. I think you were there, Alec was there, and then your mom was there. Then I
And
told
I
them.
wasn't there yet?
No, because you were coming home from work,
Oh.
and that's why it was funny because, like, your mom started crying, and then Alec was, like, just super happy, and I just remember you, like, walking in, and you asked your mom something because your mom, like, you can tell your mom was crying. Like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. But yeah,
I don't think I was there.
you were there.
I was?
Maybe FaceTime?
No. I don't know.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
I don't remember.
Anyway, so yeah.
Oh, what a good love. Do you have any gaps to fill in, Alyssa?
No.
Oh, that's good. Good love story. Anyway, I forgot we're recording a podcast.
Oh my God, you're just listening the whole time.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys have a great Valentine's
Do y'all
Day.
have plans for Valentine's Day?
Nope.
No, we don't. But
We don't ever really do that. I mean, our first Valentine's Day, Trent had to work, and we had it at Perico's.
We had a good first Valentine's Day story too. Do you remember?
With the cookies?
Yes.
Yes.
What happened?
So we planned to go to a restaurant.
I worked a long shift that day.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, let's just go to a restaurant. But
I got off work at 8,
Mm-hmm.
and he had made reservations at 9.
yeah, so
Whoa. Where?
no, we made. You got off late. You were supposed to get off at 7:30, or whatever, and then we made the reservation for 8:15, and we didn't make it.
Oh.
So they're like, sorry, we gave your table away.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, great. So then we go get a pizza, like a heart-shaped pizza with
Cute.
a cookie, and we're like, well, we can just go watch movies back at my house. So we go to my house, and my freaking I didn't have my keys to get in the door.
Oh no.
My parents were gone. My relatives, my brother and sister were gone. And I was like, yo, we can't get in this house.
Didn't we go and like get chips at HEB too?
Yeah. So like we're like, okay, forget it. So we go get stuff, and then we had a really awesome back porch. So we just went and like ate the pizza on the back porch and just like hung
Aw.
out. It was
and
really
like the
cool.
weather was so nice. It was really
A good
romantic.
Yeah.
Aw.
It was. I was like, this is so much better than going to a restaurant.
I feel like Trent and I really aren't ones for romance. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
We're
like
not
we're not really
rom-
great at planning like romantic evenings.
I'm great at planning, not romantic evenings.
It's just like I'm very terrible at planning like birthday parties or anything like that. That's why Lauren plans her invites everybody on Facebook to her own birthday
That
party.
was a secret.
Huh?
No one's supposed to know that she plans her own parties.
It's fine.
Well, you heard it here first.
Everyone's just like,
Like-
we knew.
Well, like even when we were in New York for Valentine's Day, we ended
I
up
planned it.
going to our favorite like French wine bar, and when we got there, we didn't know that like we had reservations, but when we got there, we didn't know that it was a fixed menu and it was like $100 a plate.
Oh,
We were just gonna go for
God.
like drinks and dessert.
Jeez.
Like that's the only reason why we went.
But it was like you showed up, so it's like it's food and wine
Yeah.
together. That's how.
4-course meal.
Yeah, it was $100. So we ended up splitting it
But it was
And-
enough food for
and
us
getting.
to split.
Yeah, it was good. But it's like that's our plan. Like we don't plan it very well.
Yeah.
So by the time Valentine's Day comes around, it's like, oh crap, we didn't even make a reservation. So it's like, where are we gonna go?
Right. I like.
That's why we went to Pettico's
Yeah.
because nobody was there.
Nobody was there.
I liked our Valentine's Day that we had together.
Me and you?
Us four
Where?
at
Last-
Jazz, Texas.
Oh, was
Yeah.
that Valentine's?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was February 15th.
You want to do another one?
Sure. I got to get a babysitter.
You don't have to. If you don't want to. All right. Well,
That was my favorite Valentine's Day.
Valentine's.
And y'all don't remember.
I remember.
it was like 2016.
Yeah.
No, it was probably 2017 because we were married already.
Oh, that was
Uh,
close.
yeah. Anyway, I remember that was really fun.
What was your favorite Valentine's Day then?
Probably New York.
Yeah.
That was
How
like-
rude.
Oh, sorry. But I think it's because there was like squids in the champagne, or what was it?
Ew.
Yeah, it was no, it wasn't squid, it was
Oyster.
oysters and champagne.
That's
So
disgusting.
no, it was actually really good cuz you have like the sparkly ness of the champagne, and then it's just like salty oysters.
Boogers?
I
They
couldn't. I
definitely-
smelt it
Boogers.
and I was like, no. So it was like that, and then we had a salad, and then the best like filet mignon we've ever had in my life, and like a dessert, and it was amazing, and bread,
Yeah,
Bread.
and bunch of wine.
a bunch of wine. It was really really good. It was a good experience. And
That's
we were
cool.
in New York, and it was
Yeah,
Valentine's
okay,
Day, and there's such people.
I would
Jack-
have gone to Halal Guys. Probably missing out.
We probably went there afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good. We need to plan this time. It's next Friday.
I was like, it's next week.
I mean,
We'll
when we-
plan off mic.
Yeah, we'll plan off mic. All right, thank you guys so much for listening to our Valentine's Day special.
Happy Love Week.
We hope you guys have lots of love in your life this Valentine's Day. And even if you haven't found love with the person, have love with your
Have love with yourself.
have love